In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, something very common between all of us is that we want to change our life. Almost every one of us is so eager, so desperate to change their life. It is really important as well. But how many of us do succeed in doing that? As a matter of fact, there are very few people. There are very few people indeed. Does it mean that changing your life is a very difficult task? I don't think it is a very difficult task at all. Rather, it is quite possible, quite practicable, and it is quite achievable. Simply, we need to adopt the right strategy for that purpose. For the changing of our life is concerned. We need to change it for better. We need to improve it. We need to gain whatever we want to do. We need to become prosperous. We need to become mentally and physically healthy. We need to do all of those good and pleasant things. That is the changing of our life. Up to an extent, we call it revolutionizing our life. Up to an extent, we can call it. Dear friends, now how to do that and what is the right strategy? That is going to be the topic of our today's discussion. And for that purpose, like always, we have chosen a very beautiful article on the subject as well. This very useful article has been authored by Brendan Brown. Brendan Brown is a well-known author and researcher, and here he has come up with a very useful, very beneficial article. If you really want to change your life, say goodbye to these 12 habits. If you really want to change your life, say goodbye to these 12 habits. That is the topic of our today's discussion. This beautiful article, and what are those 12 habits which needs to be abandoned, where we need to get rid of all those 12 habits. This is going to be the topic. And dear friends, now look upon all those 12 habits one by one. And I believe that if at all we do stay away from these 12 habits, if at all we do succeed in saying goodbye to these 12 habits, our life will change for real. We will be able to revolutionize our life indeed, inshallah. Let's look upon all of those 12 things. First of all, the learned author says, seeking external approval. Seeking external approval. We don't need to seek the approval from anyone else at all. Rather, we need to take the action. We don't need to seek the approval from external approval at all. Rather, what we need to do is trust your own judgment. Why those people are doing that? Why the people are always looking for the external validation, external approval? Because they don't trust their own judgment. Rather, the learned author says that you need to trust your own judgment and don't go for the external approval for all the time. Does it mean that we should stop listening to what the people say? Actually, we do need to listen. Whatever good and positive is there needs to be adopted, and whatever negative is there, whatever the wrong thing is there, I think it must be thrown into the garbage. Now the number 2, unhealthy comparisons. Yes, keeping our life comparing our life with other people, with the life of other people, that is not fair at all, because everybody else is unique. We cannot even compare our life with the life of a real brother who might have been our twin. So for that purpose, I think, since everyone else is unique, so for that purpose we shouldn't be comparing our life with the life of the other people at all. Instead, what we need to do is embrace your own unique journey. We need to embrace our own unique journey instead of unhealthy comparison. We don't need to compare our life with the life of other people at all. Number 3, procrastination. Not doing the things on time. I think that we need to abandon this procrastination. Rather, what we need to do is take action toward your goal. We need to take action towards our goal. That is the only way we will be able to reach our destination. Otherwise, we will not be able to do that at all. Stop procrastinating. It is very, very important. Number 4, negative self-talk. I think that this must be paid the highest attention, because the negative self-talk, I think it is quite a lot of destructive. It will spoil us. It will make us unhealthy in a psychological manner, as well as in a physical manner. I think if at all we want to stay healthy, if at all we want to perform better, I think nothing is more important than saying goodbye to the negative self-talk and to switch over to the positive self-talk. Everyone else speaks to oneself a lot. I think that most of the time we are seen talking to we ourselves. It must be positive. Here the learned author says, cultivate self compassion, cultivate self compassion. Be kind-hearted to yourself, and positive affirmation. Whatever we talk to ourselves repeatedly is called the affirmation. I think that this must be, our affirmation must be positive, positive, positive. Because if at all this is positive enough, it will enter directly into our subconscious mind, and once it does, I believe that then the things will start changing, on a permanent basis. Number 5, dwelling on the past. Although there are many bad things which we might have done in the past, but we don't need to dwell in the past at all. Rather, what we need to do is embrace the power of now. We need to embrace the power of now. That is very important, because now is very important, because today is very important. The past is not important at all, and if at all we don't focus and concentrate upon our now, I think our life will be spoiled. And dwelling in the past is quite a bad habit. Get rid of it, say goodbye to it, and embrace the power of now. Number 6, all or nothing attitude. I think this is very destructive. The people say, I need this much, or I don't need any, I won't take anything else. I think that is absolutely wrong. What we need to do instead is embrace the beauty of progress. We need to accept one thing, and then we should keep making the progress in that direction. That is really important. Number 7, neglecting self-care. We must not be neglecting our self-care at all. Rather, we need to prioritize your well-being. We need to prioritize your well-being. Never ever neglect self-care. If at all we don't take care of ourselves, who else will do that? So for that all reason, I think that we need to prioritize our self-care. And then the 8th is, surrounding yourself with negativity. And what is this, surrounding ourselves with the negativity? Mean the negative people. Do not surround yourself with the negative people. Instead, cultivate positive relationships. Yes, look for the positive people and try to get closer to those positive people. That is important. Number 9, fear of failure. I think that as for the failure is concerned, it might happen, but we can learn a lot. So instead of being afraid of the failure, I think that we need to prepare well, and then we must attempt, we must try. Embrace the lesson within setback. There is a very important lesson to learn out of every setback, I think, for that reason. So instead of fearing the failure, it is really important to learn from to prepare well, to prepare before trying, first of all. And if then we don't succeed, then there is a lot which we can learn out of that attempt. Now, the 10th is excessive people pleasing. People pleasing, up to an extent, it is okay, but the excessive amount of it, I think that is really wrong. And instead, what we need to do is that we need to set healthy boundaries. We need to set healthy boundaries. Up to an extent, we should tolerate what somebody is doing, but beyond that, we must stop. And the 11th is procrastinating on personal growth. What is this, by the way? It is like not personal, it is about the personal growth, not achieving our goals of other things, rather the personal growth. And I think we need to learn, and we need to keep learning on a constant basis. Commit to continuous learning. We need to keep learning throughout our life. That is really important. Number 12 is neglecting gratitude. What is this one? I think that we people are having a lot. We might not be having whatever we want, but still we do have a lot. I think we must be grateful for all that to our Creator Allah Subhanahu wa Taala first of all, our parents, then all the rest of those people who have contributed in one way or the other in the betterment of our life, or at least those people who didn't do any bad to us. I think that we need to be grateful to all of those people. This attitude of gratitude, I think it is the biggest ever item if at all we want to stay healthy, if at all we want to stay happy. That was one of the best articles I ever read, and that was the best article indeed. This was the point number 12, and the 11th was procrastinating and personal growth. We need to keep learning, keep learning for all the time. And those who don't learn continuously, those who don't make it a priority, I have seen that they become much less effective, and they are not inspiring people at all. They will not be able to lead not even a small group of the people. So for all that reason, we need to keep learning on a continuous basis. If at all we succeed in doing that, what is going to happen? We will be happier, we will be successful. That was a very beautiful, very useful article which has been authored by BrendanBrown, and the caption of this beautiful article was, if you really want to change your life, say goodbye to these 12 habits. Actually, there are certain habits in the life of each one of us which are not allowing us to develop, to prosper, to make a progress, and to achieve whatever we want to achieve. So I think that if at all we make it a priority to say goodbye to all of the bad habits, these 12 habits, these 12 attitudes, I believe and I assure you that inshallah we will start making the progress rapidly, and we will be able to achieve whatever we wanted to achieve. Thank you. Jazakallah.